Hair is hard, dang it. Hey guys, I'm Sir Pinkbeard and welcome back to the character creation course. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I do hair. Now, I started off with hair is hard. Why? Because hair is freaking hard and it's hard to do right. It's easy to do, and what I'm going to show you is a very easy process to create these little stylized hair strands. That's very easy, but getting a hairstyle looking right the way you want it, that's a little difficult. So without further ado, let's get into that. Stylized hair pieces, at least the way that you see in front of you, are just two curve objects. You've got a circle defining the bevel of the hair, and you've got a path which you can adjust to set the hair to a particular shape and form. So we can create those very quickly, but let's zoom out here and I'll kind of show you how this works. And we can get out of look dev mode and you can see that this is the hair control and the path is right here, and the detail is being projected around the path in the shape of the control. So let's go ahead and create our own, and I'll show you how we make that happen. So to create our own hair curves, hit Shift A and then go to the curve menu and hit circle, and then Shift A again, curve, and then path. Now with that path selected, hit Tab to go into edit mode, and then GX2. And the reason we're doing that is that when we scale down our path, it's going to scale towards the object point of origin, which will make adjusting the hair once it's attached to the object a lot easier than if we had our path on both sides of the point of origin. So then just select both of them and let's move them over to the left and line them up with our other hair curves. Okay, so we can look at it from the front here and select the path and then RY90 to drop that down on the Y-axis. And then we'll do the same thing for the circle, except we'll rotate it around the X-axis instead of the Y-axis. From there, let's scale that down, and we'll apply the scale on both of these objects. So Control A and then apply scale. Now for the path and only the path, go ahead and apply the rotation. If you apply the rotation on the circle, it's not going to affect the path the same way or the way that we'd want it to. All right, then let's move these over a little bit closer to the other hair curves and get our hair curve to appear around our path. So select the path and then come over to our Object Data Properties panel over on the right. From there, scroll down to Geometry and then under Bevel, click the eyedropper and then select the circle that we made. Now you can see that the hair curve is being generated around our path. And if you want those end caps filled in, just click the checkbox for fill caps. All right, so here's the last step. Let's actually adjust these a little bit and see which direction they adjust. So our bottom here is adjusting the front of our hair curve. This should adjust the right side, this should do the left side, and this should be the back. Perfect. So let's go ahead and just design our hair curve here. And you can design it to do pretty much anything you want, but I'll do a very basic one. So select the middle vertex point on each side and then come up here to segments and subdivide. That just adds in a new vertex. So then hit R and we'll rotate that, select the middle point, and we can position that a little bit better and do the same thing on the other side. But if you don't want to go up there to segments, you can just right click and subdivide, and there we go. And we'll rotate it the other way and position it in there. And then maybe we scale this down and pull it down just a bit so that it's a bit more of a point. Totally up to you. However you decide that you want to make your hair curve look, go ahead and make your hair curve look. And then I'm going to pull this up a little bit more and reposition it so that most of it stays centered around the point of origin. And the reason for that is that where the control is, that's how far away the mesh will be generated from the path. So if we select the path, we can see the path is here and the mesh is being generated out here. That's not what we want at all. So we can tab back into edit mode, select everything and move it up on the Z-axis, and that'll be better. Okay, so now let's adjust the size and shape of our hair curve. Now you can adjust the size of the individual sections of your path by simply tabbing into edit mode, selecting a vertex and hitting Alt S, which will adjust the size. Now, scale won't do anything here, and if you scale two of them together, you're not likely to get an effect either. So Alt-S will allow you to adjust the size of the path. But if you don't want to use the hotkey, you can actually come down here to the radius tool over on the left-hand side, select any vertex, and then click and drag anywhere in your 3D viewport to adjust the size as you see fit. Now, if you were to move that second vertex, you'll notice that the pattern that we had already created has been rotated to the right a little bit. So if we wanted to fix that, all we'd have to do is select everything with A and then come over to our twist tool and then click and drag, and now the hair curve is generating the right pattern in the right way. And you know, if we adjust it back, it's going to twist back, so then you twist again. But you can also use this to create some little twists in the hair. So play around with that and have a good time, I suppose. But there we go. And so now we've created this little curved and twisted hairpiece. Let's go ahead and put it on the model. So in order to put our hairpiece onto our model, we're going to need to snap it there. So hit Shift Tab to turn on snapping, or you can come up to the top and turn on the magnet icon. From there, let's adjust some of the settings. So we want it to be face select, or face snapping rather, and then snap with the active object, and that will allow it to snap to the point of origin for our model. Now when you tab into edit mode and actually adjust the hair curve yourself, you're probably going to want to turn off snapping, so that way the individual pieces don't snap to the model's head, but you know, that's up to you. So from here, all we have to do is hit G to move it, and then it will automatically snap to the faces. Now it's important to note that I only have move selected for snapping. If you wanted to also rotate and scale, you can, but that's going to get in the way a little bit. So then we can scale it and we can rotate it and hit numpad, the period on the numpad to get a closer look at our model here. And if we just wanted to give him a Hasidic curl, we could then rotate this down, rotate the whole thing along the Z-axis, and there we go. And now he's got a little bit of a curl going on there. And if we want it to go a particular direction, turn off snapping, tab into edit mode, and now you can adjust how the hair is actually going to fall. Maybe it looks like that, or pull it this way and thin it out a bit. Up to you. All right, and that's basically how hair works. Now, if you want to then apply a material to that, just go to the Materials tab and either create a new one or select one from the drop-down. And so now, you just have to have fun setting up your hair. And remember, hair is hard, and I'll be honest, I'm not the best at creating hairstyles. So this is, you know, a good couple hours worth of work for me, and I don't like it. But with practice comes perfection. So continue to make hairstyles, look at reference images, and just keep doing it. You'll get better. At least that's what they tell me. I'm Sir Pinkbeard, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.